The ideal concealed carry gun looks a little bit different for everyone. Some folks want to maximize performance, while others need a gun that can truly disappear in a pocket or behind the waistband. Whatever the case, concealed carry guns are as diverse and unique as people who own and use them. In this video, I'll be bringing you a lineup of the best concealed carry guns around, and no matter what sort of handgun you prefer, there is bound to be one or two on this list that will be perfect for your purposes. We'll get straight into it below. Beretta's classic tip-up barrel pistols have been popular for decades, and they are true pocket guns. But they just haven't changed that much over the years in terms of design and upgrades. Recently, that has ended with the introduction of a refreshed and revived lineup. The 30X model Tomcat is still a 32 ACP, only now it has an 8+1 extended magazine, a threaded barrel, a flat trigger for improved control, better ergonomics, and taller, more usable sights. It's still tiny and a cinch to carry, but these modern upgrades have yielded a pistol that is much easier to control and shoot accurately. It just goes to show that you really can teach an old dog, or I guess an old cat, new tricks. Although it wasn't the first pistol to lay claim to the designation of micro-compact, I don't think anyone can argue that Springfield Armory's Hellcat was truly the gun that codified the concept. A small subcompact 9mm that still carries plenty of ammunition with a great feature set. And even though the market has exploded, the Hellcat is still one of the best, packing an impressive 13+1 rounds of 9mm and able to accept any MRDS using a Shield SMSC footprint. The Hellcat still measures only 4x6 inches and just a hair over an inch wide at its widest point. Despite the truly petite form factor, these guns are made to shoot in the hands of a skilled user. The trigger is crisp and easy to manage, and aggressive texturing all over the frame makes taming the beast a little easier. The Hellcat is one of the best pistols around if you want truly compact 9mm firepower. This is the J-frame that the Smith & Wesson faithful have been clamoring for since forever. I know most savvy shooters are already familiar with the 642 family of 38s, but it is the upgrades and features that set the 642 UC or Ultimate Carry apart from the rest of the pack. Greatly improved sights, including a high visibility front and proper dovetailed and ramped rear sight, high horn grips for better recoil management and comfort, a slicked up trigger and action, chamfered large holes on each chamber, and a beveled cylinder for ease of reholstering and comfortable carry, all great upgrades, and they combine to produce a snubby that is more than the sum of its parts. And best of all, for serious revolver cognoscenti, the internal locking system has been removed, eliminating a potential failure point. The 642 UC is one of the very best snubby revolvers ever made, taken to an even higher level. A subcompact version of H&K's popular and for once affordable VP9 series of striker-fired polymer handguns, no other pistol in this category even comes close in terms of user configurability. This 9mm is slightly chunkier than its competitors, measuring a little more than 4.5 inches high and nearly 6 3/4 inches long. Feeding from 10 or 13 round magazines, the frame not only accepts interchangeable backstraps, but also interchangeable side panels, with multiple sizes for each. This lets users truly custom fit the gun to their hand, and as best I know, this feature is unique to H&K guns. Optics-ready slides are available as an option for folks who want to maximize speed and accuracy. Accurate, extremely durable, and as reliable as any other semi-auto on the market, this is still a hardcore handgun. For years and years, American shooters could have a Glock in nearly any caliber they wanted, as long as it wasn't 380 ACP. Shooters that are new to the game might be surprised to learn that that pistol took its sweet time making its way to the US shores in the form of the Glock 42, but when it did, it landed with a splash. The smallest Glock on the market by a significant margin, Glock's Model 42 only carries 7 rounds, and that's if you put one in the chamber and top off the magazine. But it measures an amazingly small 4 by 5 3/4 inches and just barely an inch wide at its widest point. Lightweight, extremely reliable, and small enough to stash in a pocket, on your ankle, or in any number of ways if carried off body, it is the natural choice for shooters who are already comfortable with or invested in other Glock pistols. Despite being a 380, it is surprisingly tricky to handle considering it is so light. But for most folks, that is a trade-off well worth making for something this easy to carry and hide. There are 5 more concealed carry guns to go on our list, but before we move on, I need you to do me a big favor. Just take 2 seconds to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Those 3 clicks mean the world to our channel, and by doing so, you can be sure you won't miss out on any upcoming videos here on Guns You Can't Live Without. Thanks so much. Now let's get back to our list. In the past few years, Colt has properly revived its revolver lineup, and every few months they have unveiled a new addition to the stable. One that is bound to make wheel gun fanatics jump for joy is the King Cobra Carry. This solid stainless 6-shot 357 Magnum has a 2-inch barrel, a brass bead front sight, and a radically bobbed hammer to eliminate any potential snag hazards on the draw. Hogue rubber grips help to soak up recoil and smooth the outline of the gun to prevent printing and complete the package. Even with the short barrel, this is a chunky carry gun. Weight unloaded is 26 ounces, but despite the weight, gun hands who crave the certainty and simplicity of a revolver or the prestige of one of the most venerated gun makers in American history will be well served by this Silver Snake. The company that conquered the budget pistol category and did so with flying colors, this Turkish gunmaker produces handguns that are basically slightly modified Walther P99s. And although Walther no longer produces the P99, Canik is proving that the design still has tons of life left in it and holds up admirably compared to much newer models. This 12-shot 9mm subcompact has an excellent trigger right out of the box that makes shooting such a small package surprisingly easy. Ambidextrous extended slide releases make running this pint-sized powerhouse a breeze, and the magazine release is reversible for lefties. The best upgrade by far is the optics-ready slide, but if you're sticking with iron sights for the moment, you'll be well served by the blacked-out rear sight and high-visibility white dot front. Despite the improvements, the TP9 Elite SC is a bit thicker than some competing designs, but assuming you weren't looking for a true pocket or ankle gun, it won't make much difference. It's one of the very best handguns in its price category and competes admirably with guns costing 2 or even 3 times as much. If there is just one pistol that has become synonymous with carry gun, I'd say it has to be the Sig Sauer P365, the best-selling handgun in America for years now. These slick and slim pistols pull off quite an impressive trick. They are incredibly small and slender, but somehow they still manage to pack in 10 rounds of 9mm in a standard package. Looking at it from the outside, it seems like there couldn't possibly be that much room in such a slim grip. Somehow, Sig pulled it off. These guns are famous not only for their ergonomics and size, but also for their stupendously good out-of-the-box factory triggers. An optics-ready slide makes mounting a mini red dot of your choice a straightforward affair, and like its larger sibling, the P320, the P365 uses a modular fire control chassis that can be removed painlessly from the grip module. This makes repairs and replacement a breeze and also allows users to choose a grip shell that is optimized for their wants and needs. Unless you have your heart set on a different model, you can make a great case for going with the P365 sight unseen. Ruger might not have the prestige or panache of some of the other manufacturers on our list, but for more than a decade now, they've been releasing a string of excellent concealed carry handguns, both revolvers and semi-autos. Unless you've been living in a cave somewhere, you've almost certainly heard of their LCP, a true pocket 380 in the same vein as the Kel-Tec P3AT. A few years back, Ruger upgraded the LCP with a wider frame, giving it a total capacity of 11 or 13 rounds depending on which magazine you choose. Although it's slightly bigger, it still measures under an inch wide and unloaded weighs less than 11 ounces. But these little pistols are more than just the last word in truly portable firepower. They've got good, smooth triggers, surprisingly good sights, and improved grip texture that makes hanging on to such a tiny gun as easy as it can possibly be. And in typical Ruger fashion, they produce a bunch of different variants with different finishes, frame colors, and other options. No matter what your preferences are, there is bound to be an LCP Max that you'll love. The last pistol on our list is one of the newest on the market, and from all initial appearances, one of the best. Smith & Wesson radically updated and re-released their Bodyguard 380 to bring it closer to M&B specifications while keeping the pistol as small and slender as you can make a semi-auto in this category. At 5.5 inches long, 4 inches high, and just under 1 inch thick, this 10-ounce gun splits the difference between a pocket pistol and a micro compact. With a shorter magazine, it will fit in a large pocket. With a longer magazine, you can easily get your entire hand on the gun, but it will disappear when carried inside the waistband. Depending on which you choose, capacity is 10+1 or 12+1. Compared to the original Bodyguard 380, the now striker-fired Bodyguard 2.0 has a vastly improved trigger, excellent sights, aggressive slide serrations, and the manual safety is now available as an option rather than being mandatory. Priced to compete with some of the cheapest deep carry guns on the market, Smith & Wesson is once again aggressively trying to take over the semi-auto carry gun sector, and the Bodyguard 2.0 is leading the charge. If you don't have your heart set on a 9mm, be sure to give this pistol serious consideration. And that's a wrap for the 10 best concealed carry guns you can get. We looked at some revived classics, some of the best in brand new and cutting-edge pocket guns, and everything else in between. No matter who you are, I'm confident that at least one of these guns will be the perfect concealed carry pistol for you. I want to know what your preference is for a concealed carry gun caliber. Is 9mm as small as you would go, or are you comfortable carrying a 380 ACP or something even smaller? Let's talk about it down in the comments. And before you take off, don't forget to hit like and subscribe so you won't miss out on any of our new videos. Thanks so much for watching, stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next one.